AEW presents its first pay-per-view of 2023, AEW Revolution, this coming Sunday from San Francisco, California, from the West Coast. Flex Zone Podcast, breaking it all down for you. AEW preview and predictions coming to you right now. What's going on, Flex Zone family? What's going on, AEW fans, pro wrestling fans? God's favorite host here, back on the Flex Zone YouTube channel. Super kick that subscribe button, like or bomb that like button, backdrop that bell, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing this Sunday for Revolution, your predictions, and whatever else you want to talk about. And don't forget to join us for our live stream this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific on the YouTube. Hit the bell. Subscribe if you're new. Welcome to the family. You want to join us for the live stream? Let us know. We'll get you in there. You can give your opinions, give your just frustrations if anything pisses you off, or your excitement if something makes you happy. So that's what we do here on the channel. But let's get to AEW 2023. Last year's Revolution was fantastic. A lot of marquee matches there. One of AEW's best pay-per-views of all time. Now, after Brawl Out last year, the all-out situation with CM Punk and the Elite and all the speculation and alleged things that went down, AEW kind of hit a lull. And Full Gear, don't get me wrong, was very, very good. Probably their second best pay-per-view of last year. In their top three for sure. Forbidden Door, you want to throw that in there. But looking at this year's Revolution, I mean, AEW started off 2023 with some very, very good dynamites. But the past few have been hit or miss and have lacked that long-term storytelling that we're loving with the Bloodline story in WWE to transfer over to AEW. Now, I will not complain. There are less than 10 matches on the main card. I do think we'll get some matches, of course, added to the buy-in. 3 to 4 matches, if not more, maybe 5. Who knows? But Tony Khan, much like Vince McMahon, likes to get everybody on the card, likes to get everybody to the pay window, likes to get everybody that bump, that quote-unquote exposure on a pay-per-view. So the fact that this main card only has 8 matches, great. I wish it was only maybe 6 because I really only care about 3 to 4 matches max. Kind of where certain matches were on here and ones could be taken off or adjusted in the matches that they're set at. But AEW, I was in love with AEW when it first started, but as of late, with some of the things going on and the way they're operating in certain areas with the long-term storytelling, start-stop pushes, inconsistent booking, and even just lack of professionalism when it comes to certain incidents that you hear leak out, the brawl out situation, backstage heat in certain situations, AEW or Tony Khan using his favorites over certain people who may deserve it more. But let's look at the card. Like I said, I'm going to start with the match I'm looking forward to the most, which is the 1-hour Iron Man match between Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Bryan Danielson. It will be the 1-hour Iron Man variety. We will see them go to work. And I think this is where MJF's title reign takes off, ladies and gentlemen. I think it has been, okay, he's fought Ricky Starks. That was a solid match. He fought Takeshita. That was a very good match. Now he's fighting Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson can make anyone look good. Danielson, I think, will possibly take this to the limit. I can see this going into possible overtime. So you're looking at maybe a 90-minute match overall with entrances, 1 hour of in-ring action, plus possibly 5 to 10 minutes of overtime. I could see it maybe tied at 2 falls each, 3 falls each, and I could see MJF beating Bryan Danielson in a heelish way to regain and retain his AEW World Heavyweight Championship. My winner, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Who's next for Maxwell? We shall see, but I got a prediction a little bit later on. So I'm going with MJF winning 3 falls to 2 over Danielson with overtime. MJF keeps his AEW Triple B belt. I think he moves on to Double or Nothing. I'll give you my prediction for who he will face in a few. And I think Bryan Danielson, we're heading into Double or Nothing in the spring. I think he could take some time off, but come back maybe in April, and we could see Bryan Danielson as the next winner of the Owen Cup at Double or Nothing, which is crowned men and women. My early prediction could be Bryan Danielson to win the Owen Cup with better representation of Owen Hart in professional wrestling today than Bryan Danielson. And I think MJF will main event against someone he's familiar with. The next match I'm actually looking forward to has some long-term booking. The Danielson and MJF match, I think they did a good job of what they had with the promos, the in-ring segments, the heat that the two have drawn on each other. Danielson really reaching to that dark place and really, really pulling the best out of MJF. I think he will do that in the ring as well. Let's get to this next one. No holds barred match announced. Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Christian Cage. Christian Cage is a hell of a heel, and Jungle Boy is a hell of a babyface. Jack Perry, he says he wants AEW gold. Christian is back. Christian is healthy. It's great to see. Christian is doing a great job. AEW treats their legends so well. No holds barred, expect weapons used and all of those things. But look for Jungle Boy Jack Perry to get the win over Christian Cage. But look for possible return of Luchasaurus to assist Jungle Boy Jack Perry, teasing a potential Jurassic Express reunion because the tag team division will need it this year. And they turn on Christian Cage. Christian Cage is defeated. Jungle Boy Jack Perry stands tall with the assistance of Luchasaurus. And Jungle Boy Jack Perry gets the win over his former mentor. Next, let's get into this TNT Championship situation with Wardlow and Samoa Joe. It started off very rocky. I'm not going to lie. I love Samoa Joe. I really liked what they were doing with Wardlow, but his momentum is kind of dead right now. So with that being said, I do think there is an opportunity for Wardlow to hopefully start over on the right foot. And I say that because he was hot as fish grease, hotter than fish grease when he beat MJF, powerbombed him to hell and back. Samoa Joe, the self-proclaimed king of television. I wouldn't have had Joe lose the title to Darby Allin. I would have had Joe hold the belts going into Revolution with the sustained reign. So when Wardlow beats him, it means that much more. But we know we have the face of the Revolution. Will Hobbs will take on the winner of this match. I do think we're going to get Wardlow winning this match. Wardlow back as a two-time TNT champion. Wardlow hopefully building a legit story as to why Will Hobbs wants the TNT title. What is the importance of the TNT title? What does it mean to him in his career? What does being the face of the Revolution mean? And Wardlow, I had an opportunity to be the best and I failed. I need to regain my power, my heat, my overall drive to be the best in AEW. I think we get Wardlow winning over Samoa Joe, and I think Wardlow begins a better second TNT title reign, hopefully. But give me Wardlow over Samoa Joe, and he regains the TNT title. Next, we have the Tag Team Championship match, which I am not a fan of why it is a triple threat tag team. Fatal four-way tag team match. The announcement was that we got the a trash battle royal yesterday on Dynamite, but that's neither here nor there. That was one of the laws of the show. We got the Guns who are going against the Acclaimed, Danhausen and Orange Cassidy, and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I mean, if you're going to make it a fatal four-way, at least put the Lucha Brothers and maybe Top Flight in here. Some teams we actually might care about a little bit, but I don't want to see Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I don't want to see Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. They're a comedy team. I mean, I don't even think the Guns are going to have to pin the Acclaimed or Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. They're probably going to pin Danhausen. And we know Orange Cassidy is the All Atlantic champion, so they're not going to make him look bad by getting him pinned. So I think the Guns retain their titles here. I think the Guns and the Acclaimed have one more match in the books, which leads to the ultimate story of what it should ultimately be about at a pay-per-view is Daddy Ass realigning with the Guns, his sons, and they are the heel faction, the heel pinnacle of AEW tag teams, and they will retain the titles and keep them, I think, at least heading into Double or Nothing, where they could face possibly returning FTR if they remain with AEW, and that could be for the tag team titles. But the Acclaimed and the Guns probably aren't done after this match either. We'll see what happens with Daddy Ass, but the Guns keep it, and they will be the heel tag team, I think, at the top of this division. But the AEW tag team division has to get back to what it was before the last maybe 2 or 3 title reigns. We got to get some more depth. We got to get more focus on tag team wrestling and some actual stories in these matches. But let's get to the next one as we're going to go to the AEW Women's Championship 3-way. Jamie Hayter, Ruby Soho, and Saraya. Jamie Hayter has probably the most consistent champion on AEW TV. She's been booked pretty solidly. She's had some good matches. I really can't complain too much yet. I do want to see her in possibly more things heading forward with certain storylines and just match types of people she can match up with, and maybe that dream match against Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, at Forbidden Door 2 this summer. That would be fantastic. Put both women on the map and elevate Jamie Hayter that much more. No way Jamie Hayter's losing the belt here. They got a London show coming up too this summer. She's going to be the champion walking into that show. I think Ruby Soho possibly takes the pin here. Jamie Hayter beats Soho. We may get a Jamie Hayter Saraya 1-on-1 down the line, but I really don't care. What is the bigger story here with these women? Saraya and Toni Storm turn heel without explanation. They're running around like the fake NWO spray painting people. I don't get what's going on. I need a story. I need a reason why Saraya and Toni Storm are heel. I think Saraya is good as a heel, but Toni Storm, I'm still kind of not sold on. But I want to see why these two are heel and what is the ultimate story with the Ruby Soho. Where does her allegiance lie? Where is Hikaru Shida in all of this? But I think Jamie Hayter retains her title, and eventually we could continue to see the dissension between her and Britt Baker. That could be your storyline heading into the summer months. Maybe for Double or Nothing, but they could hold it off to All Out Weekend. I have Jamie Hayter retaining her AEW World Championship. This trios match could have waited to Double or Nothing because I'm excited they're doing the match, but I'm not excited with the story and the build of it. And I think having the trios titles, I don't know if it's taken away from what they're doing in the tag division, because I feel like the tag division is lacking. The trios division is the focus because the elites have the belts, when this could be something that the House of Black should have, or if you're going to come out of a 7-match series with the Death Triangle that the elite just did, they won that. The House of Black could have turned the lights out at the end or attacked them. Had this being built from that January LA show to now at Revolution, not just being thrown together drastically with 2 weeks where it's all about oogity boogity boo and who can cut the lights out and scare who the most, and the elite are scared of the dark and the House of Black are just attacking them for no reason. Why do they not like the elite? Why do they want their trios titles? Why do they not like what they stand for? Tell me why. More. Give me those dark, gringy promos that they do House of Black so well. Let's get a Buddy Murphy, Kenny Omega one-on-one match, a Malachi, Kenny Omega one-on-one match, the Kings of the Black Throne versus the Young Bucks, or Buddy Matthews and Brody King versus the Young Bucks. Something, variations of that, build towards this at the pay-per-view. So when you get it at the pay-per-view, it makes so much more sense, and that it's appropriate as to why they're doing it, because now it's just thrown together. And I don't think the elite are losing the belts. I think they win the belts. They keep the belts, excuse me. House of Black loses. I don't know where they go from here, but I think we're going to get the elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club, possibly at Double or Nothing, with the Blackpool Combat Club eventually looking like heels, turning into heels, Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta, to then go up against the elite at Double or Nothing, which could then lead to the elite being confronted by FTR and CM Punk for your summer, fall, long-term booking storyline AEW needs. House of Black, I don't know. But I think the elite aren't losing the belts. They just got them back 2 months ago. I don't think they lose them. I think they keep them until at least Double or Nothing. And maybe you get a BCC elite matchup there and leads to the elite and FTR and Punk. Next, as we're making our way through, I'm excited for this match. This is one of the other matches I'm excited for. Texas Death Match between Moxley and Hangman. I love a good undercard story that doesn't have to be for the main title. A very just gritty, driven, just ugly feud of hatred between two men who don't like each other. This is the 4th match in the series, I believe, and Moxley has won 2. Hangman Page has won 1. I think Hangman Page gets the win here. This could lead to a Moxley heel turn. I think safe to say one prediction: it's going to be a lot of blood from Moxley and Hangman. They'll have to change the ring mat and everything after this match. Looking forward to seeing what Moxley and Hangman do. I think they'll put on a hell of a match. I think Hangman wins, and like I said earlier, I think Hangman is the next challenger for MJF at Double or Nothing. The story writes itself to AEW Originals, the babyface cowboy against the heel MJF, and the back and forth will be great, and we can build that up for Double or Nothing. This is a Texas Death Match, so I think you have to be knocked out until 10, but pretty much anything is legal. So I'm seeing Hangman Adam Page doing maybe like a buckshot lariat with the barbed wire wrapped around his arm for the buckshot lariat or something, or dead eye onto the barbed wire, and a buckshot with the barbed wire, maybe a death rider on a barbed wire, paradigm shift. We see tables, flaming tables. We're going to see chair shots fighting in the crowd, fighting onto the Titantron, fighting down the ramp, fighting on the ring apron, steel stairs. Everything will be used, but I'm going with Hangman and Page to get the win. Moxley can afford to lose. Put Hangman over. Have Hangman look strong and be the next babyface for MJF heading into Double or Nothing. And last but not least, Ricky Starks versus Jericho. Oh, this match would have been interesting, but I've seen it and it hasn't kept me intrigued. As the whole JAS and Starks, it's like, oh, he's outmanned, he's outnumbered, but we're going to keep him and Action Andretti tied up together, and then they kind of have them working. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know what they're going with it, but let me pull up the graphic here. I don't know where they're going with this. Do we see possible rumors of Jericho being back together, Chris Jericho and Paul White possibly realigning, and he applied for the trademark? Could that be who interferes? Because they said JAS and he's not in JAS, but now it says everyone is banned from ringside. So I do think Ricky Starks gets the win here. He beats Jericho twice. He gets the rub, and I think Ricky Starks moves into that upper mid card where he belongs in main event, and possibly with the matchup with Wardlow down the line for the TNT title, or maybe the All Atlantic title against Orange Cassidy. We shall see. We could see big time things, especially I said by the end of 2023. I could see Ricky Starks as TNT champion in AEW. Chris Jericho's doing a great job putting young guys over. Did it with Action Andretti. He's done it with Eddie Kingston. He's done it with MJF. He's done it with damn near everybody. Orange Cassidy, can't forget that. I think Ricky, Pretty Ricky, the Pebble, he gets the win here and moves into that main event scene where he belongs to be. And I think Jericho, I don't know what Jericho moves on to next. Could we see Adam Cole Jericho feud? Could we see something like that heading into Double or Nothing? I don't know, but the JAS really has nothing going on, and I think Ricky Starks is prime for a main event run. So those are my predictions. Again, I have Ricky Starks beating Chris Jericho, Hangman Adam Page beating Jon Moxley, moving on to be the next challenger for MJF heading into Double or Nothing. Moxley and the BCC turning heel. Trio Championship, I have the Elite retaining, moving on to face the heel Blackpool Combat Club at Double or Nothing, House of Black. Not sure where they go after this, honestly. They might go back to WWE, especially Malachi. We got Jamie Hayter retaining her title. I think she pins Soho. And I think Hayter and Saraya could be a matchup down the line as well. More dissension between her possibly and Britt Baker. But what is this overall story with the women? We need explanations. I have the Guns retaining their titles, possibly pinning Danhausen, because I think the Guns in the Acclaim may have one more match coming up. And that could be where Daddy Ass realigns with his sons. TNT Championship, going with Wardlow over Samoa Joe. Wish they would have never took the belt off Samoa Joe when he was going against Darby. But Wardlow retains his belt, and he'll have hopefully a nice story-driven feud with Powerhouse Hobbs. Maybe have 2 matches, one be a stipulation, last man standing, or something like that with these 2 big hosses. So let's put them on there. Maybe I'm gonna throw this out there. Maybe we get a returning Miro. Where is Miro? Where has he been at? We need Miro on TV. What better place? If not now, then never. When are you bringing this guy back to TV? He's under contract. He just re-signed last year. Use this man, Tony Khan. Put him out there after the Wardlow match. Tease him returning. Tease the Redeemer. Team God's favorite champion coming back. And this is coming from God's favorite host, that he is coming for the AEW men's locker room. And he's coming to make the TNT relevant. God's favorite championship again and bring it back to life, because it has been dead with the 50-50 hot button potato sack booking, just going back and forth, hacky sack tennis court booking. And I think you could have Wardlow eventually leading into Double or Nothing against Miro. If him and Hobbs is like a mid feud, you can have Wardlow and Miro be the ultimate big feud for the next pay-per-view. You have a story tells itself right there. And you can still do big things with Hobbs, build him back up to maybe beat Miro down the line or go against Miro. But I'm going Wardlow, maybe a returning Miro, and let's upstart. Let's kickstart this AEW men's division again, because we know MJF isn't losing the title anytime soon. He's going to be champion into 2024, and that bidding war is going to play out on TV. Let's get that TNT title great again, like when Cody had it. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy, no holds barred. I kind of do wish this was a Buried Alive match the way they were presenting it, but in 2023, you're not going to be able to do a Buried Alive match and get away with it. You're going to get so much backlash, and Tony Khan already gets enough backlash. So I can only imagine what he would go through with throwing a Buried Alive match. But I would love to see it in a feud like this that deserves it. Going with Jungle Boy as he possibly moves on to gold as well, TNT title. You can have Jungle Boy, Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Will Hobbs, Miro, Lance Archer's back. Guys like that, Bandito, Roosh. I mean, Andrade could return in that TNT title picture. Adam Cole, Ricky Starks. I'm just throwing guys out there at you that you could all have fighting, vying to be #1 contenders in stories, thriving to be the TNT champion, the face of the network. Jungle Boy wins. And in the main event, I got MJF winning over Bryan Danielson with a heel tag to get a 2-1, 3-2 win, overtime win over Bryan Danielson when it comes to the Iron Man stipulation. But let me know, guys. Don't forget, we'll be live this Sunday night, 8 p.m. We'll be bringing in my birthday, watching AEW Revolution, as my birthday is the next day. But with the 8 matches, I can see it being around 4 hours. So we'll probably bring in my birthday on the stream. So I'm honored to do it with you and the Flex Zone family. If you want to join us for the live stream, let me know. Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know your predictions. Any returns? I said Miro should return. Could we see some teasers for Forbidden Door 2? We'll see what happens. But I think Miro returns, and I think we get an AEW Fight Forever official release date as well, or at least some clarity is what's going on, because there are rumors about it being March 31st, but Amazon still having it listed at December 2023, December 31st, and and Best Buy having it listed March 31st, and promo material apparently being shot and being used soon. So God's favorite host here. Join us for the live stream. Sign off in the comments. Let me know your predictions. Hit the bell to know when we're live. We do live streams for AEW every Wednesday, and for all the pay-per-views and big shows. Hit the like button. Help us out. Like a bomb that like button. Super kick that subscribe button if you're new. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. God's favorite host. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Thank you guys. I'm signing off. We'll see you Sunday live for AEW Revolution 2023 from San Francisco. My West Coast folks, well deserved. Glad you guys got a pay-per-view. You deserve it. I know you guys are going to bring the heat and bring the energy. Signing off. Let me know down below. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and you can always donate with the Cash App down below. You see everything in the ticker. God's favorite host signing off. AEW, they put on banging pay-per-views. The storylines haven't been the best. There are only maybe 3 matches that I really am invested into, but I think it will be a solid pay-per-view, as they usually don't put out bad pay-per-views, and it'll be some great matches and hopefully some stories and teases as to what's coming for the summer months heading into the Double or Nothing Forbidden Door All Out season. Signing off, y'all. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.